What's going on, guys? TTL here. Gonna be going over my top 5 picks for today. It's the last day of June, so let's end it off with a bang. June 30th, 2025. If you guys are interested in signing up to Underdog, this is where I play. This is where I make all my videos every day. Use code TTL. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. I also do want to mention we've been crushing it in VIP. Yesterday was another banger day in VIP. I'll go ahead and pull up some of the wins. This is the post your win section, but I mean, we've just been crushing it, boys. We cashed that, and then we had even more as well. So, I mean, we're just going to keep on crushing it. Definitely recommend it. VIP, this is the last day that you can get 75% off. You can get a whole month of VIP for $7. This is the last day. You can do that on both Patreon or WAP, whichever one you prefer. Both links are in the description. The WAP link is in the pinned comment because I prefer WAP, but both of those are fine, whichever one you guys typically use. But code TTL75 on either one gets you 75% off and gets you a month for just a little over $7. So that's crazy. Go ahead and take advantage of that. Get signed up. I'll see you guys in the Discord. And I do want to mention as well that this Friday is the first day of the new giveaways. Every Friday, we're giving away between $250 to $500 for free. This is in the free Discord. So go ahead and hop in the free Discord. Go join. All you have to do is go to the giveaway section, giveaway access, verify your account, click on giveaways, and leave a reaction. That's all you have to do. I'm going to pick somewhere between 10 and 15 people, somewhere around there, depending on how many winners to win the giveaway. Let's keep on crushing it, and let's get into today's picks. So let me go ahead and head over to Underdog. Started. So number one, we're going to go ahead and take Drew Rasmussen. We're going to take his under 5.5 strikeouts versus the Athletics. Now, this is a 0.82x over on Underdog because they do think that he is going to go under. Whenever we head over to predictiveprofits.ai, we are on the Prop Predictor right now. Again, you can use code TTL50 for 50% off here. That one's not a time constraint. But let's go ahead and search up Drew Rasmussen. Strikeouts is at 5.5. It's minus 145 on sportsbooks right now, which explains the 0.82x on Underdog. The under is projected to hit at an 86.65% projected hit rate. So that's a great play for us to take today. When we take a look, we can see he's went under this in 4 of his last 5 games. He's went under this in 9 of his last 10 games. In 2025, he's went under in 81.3% of games, 13 of 16. And then last season, this doesn't really count because we can see his average innings pitched was 1.7 and he went between 1 and 2 innings. That doesn't really count there. So we're mainly looking at the 2025 data, which he still went under at an 81.3% rate so far. He's been not crushing it, the opposite of crushing it. He's been crushing the under. When we look at the batters, we can see Brent Rooker has a 100% strikeout rate. Ursula has 50%, and then the other two have 0%. So, I mean, that's whatever you want to do with that. Lawrence Butler got walked the one time he faced him. And then Blade had 3 at-bats with 0 strikeouts, 0 hits. So, I'm loving the Drew Rasmussen under today, though. We have him projected for 4.01 strikeouts. So, right around 4 strikeouts in today's matchup. An 86% projected hit rate on the under. So let's go ahead and lock this in and move on to prop number 2. Prop number 2 is going to be George Kirby, and I'm loving this play as well. This is versus the Royals. Royals have a great lineup. They have a lot of nice hitters on their team. We're taking the under 18.5 pitching outs. So that means if he goes 6 innings, which is typical, we're fine. You know, if he can go 5 or 6 innings, he gets the 18 pitching outs, we'll cash that. So let's go ahead and take a look at George Kirby. Pitching outs 18.5. The under has a minus 150 odds on sportsbooks right now. The hit rate is a 79.79% projected hit rate. And when we take a look, he's went under this in 4 out of his last 5 games. He's went under this in 8 of his last 10. In 2025, he's went under this in 6 of 7 games that he's played. He's only went over in 1, and it was versus the Angels, who do not have very good batters either. In 2024, he went under in 25 of 33 games, a 75.8% hit rate. And I'm just loving this. We take a look at the Royals batters today. 4 hits in 9 at bats, 0 in 2, 2 in 5, 0 in 3, 1 in 3, 0 in 9. That's the only person that's like has a really bad hit rate, and that's Michael Garcia. 0 in 5, and then 1 in 5. And Salvador Perez and Pasquantino are both really good batters as well. Even Garcia. So I think they can definitely pick this up a little bit compared to what they're getting right now. So we have him projected for 16.72. Now the projections for the pitching outs are a little bit off just because typically, now not always, but typically they're going to finish the inning unless they're giving up a ton of runs, a ton of hits, right? So you're either going to have 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, So typically you're going to see 15, 18, or 21, honestly. Those are the numbers you're typically going to see. And that's why we have so many 18, 15, 15, 15, 15, 21. But typically they'll let them finish the inning unless they're giving up a bunch of hits. I think that's what's going to happen today. I think he's going to go either 5 or 6 innings, so 15 or 18. So let's go ahead and lock in George Kirby on the under here. As long as he can get 90 plus pitch count at the end of the sixth, we should be fine. Next up, we're going to have Ryne Nelson. We're going to take his under 5.5 hits allowed. This one is a 0.87x versus the Giants. And when we look at this one on predictive profits, we can see it's minus 150 odds on sports books. The under is projected to hit at a 79.1% projected hit rate. And when we take a look, we can see he's went under this in 4 of his last 5, in 9 of his last 10. And in 2025, he's went under this in 94.1% of games, 16 of 17 games that he's played. He's averaging 3.4 innings pitched. Now, some of these, like this one, he went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits. He went 0.2 innings. He got pulled in the first because he gave up 5 hits. What a crazy game that one was. But I'm loving this prop today. We can take a look at the Giants batters, and they're not going to be the best, but they're definitely not the worst. We have Brett Wisely, who has 2 hits and 5 at-bats. Casey Schmidt, 1 hit and 5. Ramos, 2 and 7. Jung-Hoo Lee, 2 and 2. Yasher Zimski, 0 and 7. He also got walked once, it seems like. That's an outlier, though. He's a great batter right here. Patrick Bailey, 3 and 12. Adams, 3 and 4. Flores, 2 and 5. I mean, they have some decent batters. They're not the greatest, but they're definitely not the worst. And I think versus Nelson, versus Nelson, they're gonna struggle a little bit. Like when we look at Casey Schmidt, 1 and 5, Brett Wisely, 2 and 5, they don't strike out much, but they're not getting hits either. So 3 and 12 for Patrick Bailey, 0 and 7 for Yasser Zimski. Now I do think this one is a little bit of an outlier, like I said, because he's a great batter, but he hasn't performed very well versus Ryne Nelson in the past. So let's go ahead and take the under 5.5 hits allowed here. The projection's 3.52. Projected hit rate is 79.1% on the under. Predictive profits has been a huge help lately. It makes researching so much easier. When I used to spend hours and hours researching, now I can get it done in just about an hour, sometimes even 30 minutes. Like, it just makes things so much easier. Definitely recommend it. Again, code TTL50 gets you half off. Next up, we're going to take Thomas Saggese. We're going to take his under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This one is a full payout. And when we take a look, we can see hits, runs, and RBIs 1.5. It's minus 120. The under is a 74.47% projected hit rate. He's went under in 5 straight games. He's went under in 8 of his last 10. And this season, he's went under in 12 of 18. A 66.7% hit rate this season. He's up against Andrew Heaney, who is allowing 2.69 earned runs allowed per game, 4.88 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, and 1.88 walks allowed. So he needs a decent pitcher. I like this matchup for Saggese to go under here. A projection of 0.98. So if he gets 1 hit, that's fine. Just don't get the RBI and don't get the run. I'm loving this today, though. Let's take him. And then to finish it off, our 5th and final pick, we're going to go ahead and swap over to the prize picks lines over on predictive profits. And we're going to pull up Zack Wheeler. And the reason I'm going over to predictive profits on the prize picks line is this is a 5.5 line. It's a 0.75x, but I love this pick, and I did play it over here as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch this to goblins, and we can sort the goblins from highest to lowest hit rate. And we can take a look at Zack Wheeler. His goblin is at 5.5. We can see the over is an 87.37% projected hit rate. And when we take a look, he's been over this in 5 straight games. He's went over this in 10 straight games. In 2025, he's only went under this one single time. He's went over in 15 of 16, 93.8% hit rate. Last season, he went over this in 78.8%. Been crushing it. The Padres batters, 37.5%, 33.3%, 28.6, 13.3, 8.3. That's not very good. 15.8, 20%. So they have decent strikeout rates versus him as well with decent sample size. We have him projected for 7.3 in today's matchup. So if you want to take the regular line at 6 or even 6.5, that's fine as well. The projected hit rate is an 87%. So I'm loving this. Let's lock it in. This is a 9.76x if you lock all of these into. So let's go ahead and get this 5 pick out. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let's go 5 for 5 today. And I hope to see you guys in the free Discord. Don't forget about the weekly giveaways starting this Friday, July 4th. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. See you guys in the next one.